Before I spoke a word, you were singing over me. And you have been so, so good to me. Before I took a breath, you breathed your life in me. And you have been so, so kind to me. Oh, the overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God. Oh, it chases me down, fights till I'm found, leaves the 99. I couldn't earn it, and I don't deserve it. Still you give yourself away. Oh, the overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God. When I was your foe, still your love fought for me. And you have been so, so good to me. When I felt no worth, you paid it all for me. And you have been so, so kind to me. And oh, the overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God. Oh, it chases me down, fights till I'm found, leaves the 99. And I couldn't earn it, and I don't deserve it. Still you give yourself away. Oh, the overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God. There's no shadow you won't light up, mountain you won't climb up, coming after me. There's no wall you won't kick down, lie you won't tear down, coming after me. There's no shadow you won't light up, mountain you won't climb up, coming after me. There's no wall you won't kick down, lie you won't tear down, coming after me. Oh, the overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God. Oh, it chases me down, fights till I'm found, leaves the 99. And I couldn't earn it, I don't deserve it. Still you give yourself away. Oh, the overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God.
I get down, he lifts me up, I get down, he lifts me up, I get down, he lifts me up, I get down. I get down, he lifts me up, I get down, he lifts me up, I get down, he lifts me up, I get down. In your weakness, he is stronger. In your darkness, he shines through. When you're crying, he's your comfort. When you're all alone, he's carrying you. I get down, he lifts me up, I get down, he lifts me up, I get down, he lifts me up, I get down. I get down, he lifts me up, I get down.
Hey everyone, it's me, Diggin' Dottie, and I'm an I just love to dig. Raise your hand if you love to dig too. Oh good, because I'm going to need your help today. See, I use the stuff I dig up to help solve mysteries. Will you help me? Good. Now, when I say, can you dig it? I want you to say, we can dig it. You got that? Let's try. Can you dig it?
We can dig it.
Perfect. Check out some more of my digging stuff. Don't go anywhere without a thermometer. And plenty of water. But the most important tool is my Bible field guide. My Bible field guide gives me clues to solve the mystery. And our mystery today is what happened to Jesus after he died. I'm hoping you and I can dig something up and we can solve the mystery. Let's look in my Bible field guide. Wow! It looks like we're gonna need to dig up something in the shape of a star.
No!
What? Silly me, that's no star. We need to dig up something in the shape of a heart. But where am I supposed to find something in the shape of a heart? That's where my Bible field guide comes in. It'll give us clues so we can find the X and get to digging. You ready?
Yeah!
Let's check our next clue. This says, I first have to sidestep 4 steps. Will you count with me? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, let's check our final clue. This says I need to frog jump 3 jumps and we'll find the X. Will you count with me? Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Would you look at that? We found the X. Can you dig it?
We can dig it.
Perfect. Let's get to digging. I'm gonna need you to help me count these scoops. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. I think I spot something. Would you look at this? This old heart gem might just be our clue. I think this is gonna fit into my Bible field guide and we'll solve the mystery of what happened to Jesus after he died. Shape, clue, show me what you can do.
Hi everybody, my name is John. I got to see Jesus a few times after he came back to life. But the last time was extra special. Jesus floated up into the sky to be with God. Let me tell you the whole story. A few weeks after Jesus had come back to life, me and some of Jesus' other friends were walking with him up a hill. Can you pretend to walk with us and pat your legs? We were laughing and telling stories when Jesus told us it was time for him to leave. Oh no, Jesus, where are you going? I asked him. I'm going to heaven to be with God, Jesus said. He said, don't worry, one day I will come back and take you to heaven with me. That all sounded good. I wanted to go to heaven and be with Jesus, but I was really sad he was leaving. You told us you would always be with us. How can you leave us now? I asked. And Jesus said, even though I'm going away to heaven, I will come and live inside your heart. That way, I will always be with you. Then, suddenly, Jesus started floating up into the sky. Jesus floated higher and higher and higher until we couldn't even see him anymore. We couldn't believe our eyes. We just stared up into the sky. And then, 2 angels came over to us. And they said, hey, what are you doing? Jesus has gone to heaven to be with God, just like he said. But even though we saw him leave, We knew Jesus had come back to life, and now he was in our hearts.
Wow, that's incredible! This heart gem showed us how Jesus went to heaven, but he's alive in our hearts. Do you know what this means? We solved the mystery of what happened to Jesus after he died. Jesus came back to life. That's incredible. Let's say that together. Everybody stand up. Now do what I do. Jesus came back to life. Great job. One more time. Jesus came back to life. Perfect. Can you dig it?
We can dig it.
Awesome. Thanks so much for digging. I'll see you later.
All right, sing this out with me.
Oh, hallelujah.
Oh, hallelujah.
Thank you, Jesus. Bonjour, enchanté. I am chef des soufflés. I will broil, I will roast, I will bake or flambe. My dishes are delicious, I perfect them every day. But now without my sous chef, oh there she is, hey!
Oui, I am a sous chef, je m'appelle Mint. How are we le best you ask, I'll give you a hint. When we cook with passion, recipe obedient. Because we have a special ingredient.
Because we have a special ingredient! Oh, welcome to a special ingredient. I am a chef des soufflés.
And I am sous chef Mint.
And today, we have a mouth-watering dish for you to try. We are preparing le chili avec lemon. Let us show you how to create this dish. Brown the beef, onion, and garlic. Season with salt and pepper. Add tomato sauce. Beans. Spices. Chili powder. And then, to make this dish perfect, we must add a special ingredient. And the special ingredient today is brown sugar. Le brown sugar, it is the perfect amount of sweetness to go with the spiciness of the chili. Is like riding in the back seat of a fast car, and you all of a sudden you're going so fast you can't believe it's a perfect complement to this thing. It's wonderful.
Chef,
Oh.
might we get back to cooking? Let's go.
Stir, simmer until hot. Add your toppings and voila! Le chili avec lemon. Go ahead and have a taste, Lament.
Très magnifique, chef. Oh, this is incredible. And without the special ingredient, without the brown sugar, the dish would not be the same at all.
Oui, oui. You're alright, Lament. Because the special ingredient make it le color magnifique.
Chef des soufflés, come again, please.
Oui, oui. I said, without the special ingredient, le bacal magnifique le quoi. Oh, oui.
I do not know.
Is it alright? It's a bel ingredient.
Okay. All right, chef. Cool. Love the accent. It's super cute and all, but maybe we can just drop it for a second. And yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so what were you saying? Sorry.
Yeah. Okay. What I was saying was, the right special ingredient makes it possible.
You are right. Apparently, I love brown sugar.
And, Lament, remember, we have a special ingredient in our lives too.
Yeah, brown sugar.
Better. And it isn't something we eat or something we have to work really hard to get. It's a gift someone gave us. Remember?
Yes, it is God's love. And with God's love, our special ingredient, our lives are far better. We can do things that otherwise would feel impossible.
Yeah, like lick your own elbow.
Probably not that, and gross, not in with the food in here. No, with God's love, we can love others.
Exactly. With God's love, we can love people who are mean, or love people who did something really bad, or love people who other people say not to love.
Exactly. It's pretty simple, but not always easy.
Yeah, since God loved us first, we can now go and love others. Let me show you. See, we've heard Bible stories of Jesus loving some people who were really hard to love. He loved people who made bad choices. He loved people who didn't even appreciate his love. He loved people who were from groups that he wasn't supposed to talk to. He even loved some people who could have given him a nasty disease. Jesus is really good at loving people who are hard to love. But he's also God, and I'm not.
What? You're not God? Just kidding, me either.
Right. So, how are we supposed to love like Jesus? Well, that's where our special ingredient comes in. Our special ingredient of God's love changes everything because he's given it to us to live inside our hearts.
Yep. We can have the same power as Jesus if we ask him to live in our hearts. That means when we come across people who are really hard to love, we can still love them. And we should, because as followers of Jesus, it's how we love back after God loved us first.
Exactly. After Jesus left and went to heaven again, a couple of his followers did something amazing. Their names were Peter and John. And one day, they were walking to the temple. As they got near the temple, they saw a guy being carried on a mat. And then he was just dumped by the gate. The people carrying him, they just left him there. And he started to beg people for money. Peter and John realized that this guy couldn't walk. And every day he just sat there and begged. Now, maybe there were some people who felt bad for him and they'd toss him a penny or something. But I can imagine probably most people were annoyed by this guy. They probably would try to walk into the temple and they would avoid him, walking around the gate, maybe not even trying to make eye contact with this guy. This guy was helpless. He couldn't walk anywhere. He didn't have a job for money. He didn't have any food. The only life he knew was sitting by this gate begging for money. Peter and John were on a mission inside the temple. So they didn't really stop to talk to him. But as they walked through the gate, they heard the man ask, "Please, sirs, can I have some money?" Peter and John stopped walking. "Look at us," Peter said, and the man looked up. The man was really hopeful because it kind of sounded to him like Peter and John might help him. He was used to being rejected. Was this finally the time he would get some money? And then Peter said to the man, "We have no money." The man probably dropped his head back down when he heard this. There was no hope. These guys had no money themselves. But then, the power of God's love swelled up inside Peter and John. And Peter said, "But what we do have, we want to give to you." The guy looked up, super confused. What did they have? Peter said, "In the name of Jesus Christ, get up and walk." Peter reached out, took the man by the hand, and helped him stand. As he stood up, he realized that his ankles were made strong. This guy jumped up, started leaping around. He was so excited. He was healed. Peter and John weren't really surprised because they knew all about God's power. So they kept walking into the temple. But this guy, he wouldn't leave their side. He was so happy, jumping up and down, twirling in circles. And as they entered the temple, he began praising God for his healing power and the love that Peter and John showed him. People in the temple noticed. They thought they had recognized him as that beggar who would sit outside the gate every day. But they didn't understand how this guy was leaping around. Everyone ran up to Peter and John, and they asked him, "How has this happened?" Peter knew this was a good time to share God's love. And Peter said, "Why do you all wonder about this? Do you really think that my friend John and I could perform such a miracle? No. Our God, our big, powerful, good God who loves us, sent us Jesus. And by his power, this man was healed. And if we turn to God and follow Jesus, we all will receive his love."
Whoa! Because of God's love, Peter and John were able to love the man who nobody else really loved. Because of God's love, Peter and John were able to share God's love with so many other people. And because of God's love, our special ingredient, we have the ability to love people like Jesus.
Yep. Not only do we have Jesus' example of how to love people, we also know why we love. We love because God first loved us. Look at what it says in the Bible. We love because God first loved us. That's from 1 John 4:19. Say it with us. We love because God first loved us.
1 John 4:19.
God's love is our special ingredient.
And with that special ingredient, we can love.
I am Chef Desoufflé.
And I am sous chef Lament, and we will see you next time on
Special ingredient!